What the heck is going on in the lesbian relationships? There's a lot of women, that are very upset with men and they're joining the trend of getting with women. And I told you guys that this feminist stuff that goes on, this gender war stuff, hate men, men ain't nothing, women rule the world. A lot of it is shrouded in behind the scenes, undercover, you know what. And it's not really empowering women. It's pulling women away from men and having families. And a lot of women are getting into these lesbian relationships and then walking away from them, or they just ending real bad. Check this out, right? There was a woman named Minnie F. Baby, and she told a story about how she left her boyfriend only for her stud to leave her for another man. She says, I walked away from a good man to be with this stud. I had never been with a woman. And she convinced me that as a woman, she can love me better because women know how and what women want. I fell so deep in love with her. I left my entire life to be with her just for this girl to switch up on me after 3 years and leave me for a man. I haven't been right ever since. And now I want men to feel the hurt that I felt because I lost the love of my life to a man. So, but this woman is really dealing with mental health issues because she allowed a woman to talk her out of her thongs, and then the woman left her for a man, and then she ran. Now she want men to feel the. Now she want men to feel the hurt. Like, this is crazy. But then you get into another girl, Forever the Rebel, right? And she talks about the situation with dealing with girls and why she switched over to men. Check this out.
What's up? I'm a stud. I like girls, but I think I'm finna start dating men. And let me tell you why. So I've been out here dating, and I just find that I date a lot of these femmes, and it seems like they looking for a parent instead of a partner, bro.
I've dated women my whole life, and I've recently switched to dating men. And I'm also dropping a song about it on Friday. So because I've dated both, I'm going to talk about the differences between men and women that I've noticed in my experience. And this one is a surprise to me, this next one. But I think that men can last more rounds than women. Like, I don't know, this is just my experience, y'all. But listen, even though a man will be done quick, it don't take that much to get him back ready. Like a girl, you make her 1-2 times, she be rolling over going to sleep. That's just my experience.
And see, a lot of these girls are very pretty. Like that girl, when she like really cleans herself up, is a very pretty girl. And a lot of them are curious. A lot of them have abandonment issues. They didn't have the proper male leadership in their life. It's just a lot because they'll go over to that side, but then they'll come right back over to men because that's just biologically what they like. And it's weird. So you have the one woman. She says she left a good. Just think about this. She left a good man to be with the woman. The woman turned around and left her for a man, and now she's mad at men for her decisions. Right there, that tells you that she ain't working with she working with slow gases, and she just messed up in her head. But then you get this other girl. She says that she's tired of women, and she feel like men can go better and so many different things, right? But like I said, they're watching this stuff online and social media, and they're getting caught up in this trap that a lot of these women from that letter crew, these webs that they throw out to lure you in, and they base it around sisterhood, where it's not around sisterhood. They want to get you into this. But then you have another woman talking about the abuse that goes on in these relationships. And this is not me talking. I let the women talk. So y'all can't say that I'm saying hate speech. No, this is what the women are saying. Check this out.
Gotta talk about something real deep but necessary. Y'all know I love my lesbian community, and all I want to do is empower and uplift. But sometimes we need to be called out. And one of those things is domestic violence in lesbian relationships. Lesbians, stop putting your hands on your girlfriend. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I've heard too many stories from friends about abuse in relationships. And it seems like this behavior over time has become normalized in girl-on-girl relationships.
Man, that girl was pretty. And a lot of those girls be pretty, man. It's crazy. But then that brings us to Sha'Carri Richardson. But we all know Sha'Carri Richardson, the darling out of Texas that was, she's Olympic gold medalist sprinter. We know that she had the first Olympics she was in. Her mom had just passed away, and she was going through some turbulent times, right? But she ended up redeeming herself, coming back and winning gold. But she was in a LGBTQ relationship with a Jamaican girl named Janique Brown, and their relationship was off and on, and it was very toxic. They were going through different changes. And mind you, Sha'Carri Richardson is very young, a very young girl. But this is in an interview, her former lover, her former girlfriend was saying this.
Made some claims about domestic abuse. She made some claims that you were being abusive, and your family was also mentally abusive to her as well. Is that true in your thought?
What I don't know, whatever the family is, that is between them, because they never have a good relationship in the first place. And I was abusive once, that there's physical evidence of, and we move on. And even after then, I was trying to move on from that, and we still got nowhere.
So they was never able to mend things, and they end up breaking up. And a lot of Sha'Carri Richardson's fans went over to her side and trashed the Jamaican sprinter. It was real crazy, right? But the question is, why are a lot of these women in lesbian relationships coming back to men? Because there's a lot of channels on TikTok, Instagram, where they're having studs or leaving their relationships to go back to men. Like this is like a thing. And on my mom's side of the family, I have some LGBT family members, first cousins, right? That's over there, and a lot of them, and I talk to a lot of them are older than me, and I talk to them about being in relationships with a woman as opposed to being in relationships with a man. And a lot of times, they say, they have their urges for women, but sometimes biologically they still crave a man. I mean, it's certain things from a man that they can't get from a woman. So, I mean, it gets real crazy. But Sha'Carri Richardson, she's now been spotted with this chain on right here. And she's now dating a man, because she's always said that she was bi, but we never saw her in like relationships like with a man. So now she's allegedly dating Christian Coleman. He's an Olympic sprinter. And, a lot of women online are upset. They're talking trash. Oh, she's over there with those men. Because a lot of these women, like, they hate men. And they're caught up in this gender foolishness. But I believe that there's just certain expectations that a woman naturally, in her natural biology, just naturally have in a man. And no matter how much a woman may want to dress up as a man or take on a personality as a man, she's still not going to be a man. Now, I get this from having conversations with my older female cousins that are LGBT. And they talk about this because two of my cousins are LGBT, but they have children. And they were in relationships with a man, and they say that sometimes one is still gay, one went back to a man. She's now married to a man with 4 children. And she said being with a woman, it seems like it's cool. Like they'll tell you, well, a woman know how to love a woman better than a woman. And my cousin will say, well, that depends on the person. Because a lot of times when they get together, they don't get along. Especially when they're on their periods, certain things that they go through. And there's a whole lot of abuse that goes on in those relationships that's not talked about. And that's why I played the video with that. But my cousin, she would break things down and explain to me. So she said that she got along with men better than she did actually getting along with women, and she ended up getting back with a man. My other cousin, she was with women and then got with a man, had 2 children. They were married, and then they ended up divorcing, and she ended up going back to women. So it's just the whole thing is just off the chain. But that's just what they do. But in these days and times now, you have 2 different aspects. You have women that's just naturally attracted to women, and that I don't have no problem with it. That's what they do. That's part of the community. But then you have women that's a part of the fad, that's following the trends, and they get caught up in the hate men trend. But they don't really hate men. They get in relationships with these studs and these girls, and they be cheating on them with men. A lot of times they come into relationships already with a baby father, and they still be secretly sleeping with their baby father. Because this thing is, it gets real crazy. So I tell women, man, if you like women, like women. If you like Men like men, but don't get caught up in this fake gender stuff that's trying to push you to the side, like the girl in the first part of the video. She said she left a perfectly good man to get with this woman because this woman convinced her that she can love her more, only for the stud to leave her to go get with a man. But now you blaming men for that. So it's just a lot of stuff, a lot of confusion and stuff that a lot of these women is going through today, man. It's off the charts, man. But I just wanted to just talk on this with Sha'Carri Richardson. She's a very pretty girl. I'm happy for that man because he got a gorgeous woman. I mean, you know, get a couple in for me. I'm gonna cut this video short here, man. If y'all made it this far in the video, hit that like button, man. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.